Roberto. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It's Mo from Mo in the Deep End, and Fry is worrying some cats as usual, trying to see if they'll be his friend, which, barking at them doesn't generally make them your best friend, but he's continuing to try the same method and see if it works, which it has not yet, but, we're going to continue. So, good morning, Gigi, and thank you for becoming a member. And good morning, Eris and AC Wildfire and Reindeer. And now he's trying to see if he can get my boots off the tape or off the bed. I am beginning to see the wisdom. Oh, he's found his monkey toy that somehow got shoved in our hedgerow for some reason. I don't know what happens anymore. I have stopped asking why I found Manky Monkey in the hedgerow. I just have given him back. He has no arms left. Good morning, Nanders Man Bun. Thank you for being a member, and Squab Bob. So, our first story is mother and daughter duo try to cover up fatal hit and run by dusting car engine with Alaska moose fur. Police. You know, I o- I love moose. Like it's one of my favorite animals for some reason. I dislike deer, love moose. No reasoning involved. Can't can't make a reasoning out of anything, but there things are getting hairy for Alaska woman after police accuse her of sprinkling moose fur over engine of her car in a desperate ploy to make it look like she struck a large beast instead of hitting and killing a 47-year-old man walking alone at night along the side of the highway. Points for creativity. I don't know if you have moose fur lying around at home. I guess it's an Alaska thing. I don't know, but there you go. Alaska State Troopers arrested Chelsea Erickson, 32, of Delta Junction, Alaska, on October 17th, according to online police records. She was charged with negligent homicide, failure to render aid, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence. And I'm pretty sure molesting a moose to give fur. Unless you're allowed to hunt moose, I don't know if there's a moose hunting season. Not being from Alaska, I'm not going to make generalizations because, Midwest me thinks there must be a moose hunting season, but I don't want to make generalizations. Police said she fled the scene or the grisly scene after hitting area resident John Emmerich around 10 p.m. on August 28th as he walked along the side of the highway in Delta Junction near milepost 1421. Erickson's mother, 60-year-old Janelle Erickson, was also arrested and charged for tampering with evidence. So apparently, these two cooked up the moose caper, if you will. Now, my issue is if you are a human being and you hit another human being, yes, happy birthday to all mooses and mises and everywhere. But and welcome rabbit, not happy birthday rabbit, for the love of all that is Cheetos. And welcome reindeer. And if I didn't say that before, but the problem for Erickson is that she never reported the supposed moose crash either, which apparently you are supposed to report moose crashes as well. Apparently, that is an Alaska based thing. Oh, okay, AC's Wildflower. There is a moose season. Maine's was last month. I don't want them to shoot the moose. I'm a very complex person. I'm ambivalent upon deer, but I don't want them to shoot the moose. I've been I've been conditioned by I've been what is it? Been brain, washed by Bullwinkle. The police did, however, investigators searched for the moose after Erickson said she thought she ran into the it ran into the woods when she struck it, the outlet reported, but they never found the animal. So she came home. She said, "No, I totally didn't, run over that person guy. I ran into a moose." So they looked for the injured moose and no, couldn't find, the hit and run moose. Police did, however, allegedly found a car that matched the description they received from locals the night that Emmerich was left to die in the road. Alaska State Troopers reportedly found a 2014 Chevy Silverado pickup truck in a locked detached garage on Erickson's property. It had several pieces of its front end grille removed and moose hairs strewn about the top of the engine, but there was no fur on the front of the truck. Ma'am, if you are going to pretend that you struck a moose, you'd put it at the front grille, I assume, with hoof marks on the windshield. In other related car news, I was yesterday years old when Mr. Mo showed me that there is a magical sticker on your front side car door. Uh, so if you're looking at your car door, you're opening it and it's on the little thing on the side if you're looking back towards the back of it, and it tells you how much air to put in your car tires. Now, most of you are probably rolling your eyes at this because you already done knew that this magical sticker telling you the magical pressure that your car is supposed to have and its doggone tires. So the stupid little light will go off so you don't have to keep going to the doggone stupid air thing and you still have the light on and you cannot figure out what the hell is going on and you're just mad and you're irritated. And then your husband shows you this stupid little sticker on the back of your stupid car or on the back of the driver's seat that has the magical number that you're supposed to freaking be using. But yes, there is a magical sticker on the driver's side door of your stupid car that shows you how much tire pressure you're supposed to be using. And the newfangled air things will let you punch in that stupid little number and they will tell you for you. Also get a tire gauge apparently because you need one of those. So, happy marriage, get a tire gauge, and there's a magical little sticker. And for those of you rolling your eyes, I was only or yesterday years old when I learned this. I know, that's what I said, Bobby, but apparently that was the wrong answer. Well, my car is not a smart car. I inherited, Mr. Mo's old car when he got his, new car, which is a smart car or a smarter car. Because I generally used to drive the big giant van, but now I can, we can save gas if I use his smaller car. But I was unaware that they had this magical tire pressure, knowledge, hidden away on a easy to detect sticker that was probably there all the time, allegedly. So, for everyone's knowledge, since I was yesterday years old and Mr. Mo looked at me like he wanted to get a new wife, and I was like, "That's why I got married, so I don't have to do this." And apparently that was also another eye roll offense. Almost. Okay. Police said they noticed during their search that a moose head hanging in Erickson's garage appeared to have a few bald spots. For the love of all that is Cheetos, even Fry is like bad form. Here, let's see if since Fry refused. Of course I'm muted. I touched it when I had to get him, he was biting my hand, but so things are moving slowly today because I am in a little bit of a flare mute thing, so, it is what it is today. A little bit behind the thing. Fryberto is Fryberto, as you can see, in full Frybert mode, as you do. And I am so glad that, my carpet is coming in or my rug is coming in because this carpet is well, it was the cheapest contract carpet that it could come in, and it has not survived. No, no, I'm trying to work on my cursing, which is not great. Okay, so based on observations, it appears the moose hair was retrieved from the mount and intentionally hand sprinkled over the compartment of the truck to represent a fictitious moose incident. For the love of all that is holy, if you're going to pretend, put the moose head in there, put the moose head against the wall and run the truck into the moose head, just pretend, which wouldn't look right anyways, because aren't moose fairly tall? So you'd have to, I mean, can we put some work into the fake moose thing? Oh, in scary news, so college campuses are getting crazy, y'all. And I don't have look, I have my thoughts on the whole Mesopotamia thing, but this is not the time nor the place. But can we all agree that college campuses have gone insanitized? Do we need a Mo? Do we need like all the moms of America to come in and give all these kids timeouts? Because I feel like that's what we need to do. Okay, getting have become but Cooper Union barricades Jewish students inside library as pro-Palestinian protesters bang on the doors. I mean, when we get to a point where, one group of students has to barricade themselves into a room because the other group of students is banging on a door. Okay, toddlers need to be placed in timeout. I mean, don't make me go out there and give everyone the mom voice. If y'all wanna hear the mom voice, it's gonna come out, and I'll be like, "You won't get." Okay, so let's see. A handful of Cooper Union's Jewish students barricaded themselves inside the library Wednesday when pro-Palestinian protesters blew past security and aggressively pounded on the building's doors. A Jewish senior at the East Village Institution recounted the terrifying moments she watched demonstrators, uh shout rhetoric and slam anti-Zionist protest posters against the windows just a few feet away. Quote, when they started banging on the door, my heart started pounding. Why are you going to this school? Can you not learn from home? And I understand that's not the point, but why are you going to a school that promotes people that hate you? Why are you giving this school money? I guess is my problem. Well, true, Kaiser. But mom and dad together. Mama why are your parents still funding schools, I guess, that do this? That's my bigger question. If the parents pulled tuition from the school and said, "Hey, I'm not gonna pay until you stop this crazy nonsense," you know, I I guarantee you the schools would stop this nonsense. And it might be controversial, but I've told every single one of my kids, boys, girls, you know, whatever they choose to be, I don't care. As long as my kids are happy, but I have told every single one of them to get a skill and not go to college unless they are wanting to go into the hard sciences or medical profession. I have told them to first get a skill, something that is marketable and entrepreneurial, and be able to work with their hands. Um, Now whether they take my advice or not is completely up to them, but this is getting darn ridiculous. Now the school stated that uh, the group of several dozen demonstrators breezed past security's feeble attempts to stop them from climbing the stairs as they chanted Free Palestine. The video shows security on the library's seventh level locked the doors upon hearing the group come closer, preventing them from coming inside, but not stopping them from banging on the walls, continuing their chants. Several of the 11 Jewish students huddled inside Cooper Union Library called 911 or contacted relatives who called the police for help. The NYPD was stationed at the demonstration the entire time, a spokesperson said. Well, that's glad they're helpful. Useful as tits on a bowl, swear to God. No arrest or summons were issued. The ralliers left the building without incident. It's not clear whether any officers entered the inside of the building during the demonstration, though the student witnesses claimed the police never arrived because the university told them not to get involved. Instead, an administrator offered to discreetly escort the students out the back entrance of the building, which President Sparks allegedly opted for herself upon hearing the protesters were coming her way. Quote, if they were scared, if the president was so scared she left the building, then police should have been called, the student said. What quote, why would they leave the students in the building without police protection when the president of the school, who was also targeted herself, left? So, yeah, interesting. Interessante. Uh, let's see here. According to the university's media relations manager, the school closed down the library for approximately 20 minutes while the protests moved through the building. Some students who were previously in the library remained during this time, Kim Newman said in an email. Newman did not immediately confirm the students' claim that the university prevented police from intervening in the demonstration once it moved indoors, or whether sparks escaped the protesters. Although she admitted she wasn't sure whether demonstrators were trying to get through to the locked door, the senior said she was left disappointed by the university's actions. I think we're all honestly scared. We don't feel comfortable going back to school tomorrow, she said. Quote, it's crazy that once they overtook the security guards, they still don't want police coming in. So that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me that once the doors were locked, which means that we clearly felt we were in danger, they still didn't let the police come in. It's confusing to me that once the president left, we were still in there, or we still there, and they didn't let the police come in. Huh. It's almost like we should fire everyone and send all of these children to technical school. I'm just saying. Vote for Mo for president. Everyone gets technical school. You get to weld, and you get to weld, and you get to plumb, and you get to carpentry. Look, Mo might be a little bit extra Mo today. I'm just saying. It could be. In sports ball news and weirdo news, I have no idea what to make of this because I am not a sports ball fan, but apparently a Georgia grocery store is selling whole-skinned alligators for gator haters against Florida rivalry game. I guess Georgia and Florida don't like each other for some sports ball reason. Yes, I believe that is my slogan. I am going to win. It's it is It is the thing that will make America, and I'm gonna get that picture off my screen because it's a whole lot, not me. But apparently Florida and Georgia don't like each other for sports ball reasons, so let's see here why that is. Yes, HVAC. In unrelated news, I was able to stop at Kroger and they had a bunch of their frozen pizzas on sale for like $1. So score, I cleaned them out. Sorry to y'all that but when you're a big family and they had a bunch of frozen pizzas on sale, it's like winning the lottery. Oh, thank you, Dennis. So the Florida-Georgia game is just the world's biggest cocktail party, not a rivalry. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm gonna take your word for it, Dennis, because I am not a sports ball person. It's rivalry weekend between in Jacksonville as Georgia fans gear up to face off against the Florida Gators. A general store in the Bulldogs' home state is offering fans a unique way to make their allegiance known while turning heads and filling up stomachs in the process. Stripling's General Store in Bogart, Georgia, is selling whole skinned alligators to Bulldogs fans looking for the ultimate gator hating experience. These gators can be grilled at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Oh, Dennis Heaton, you are right. Oh, well, okay. I'm a Georgian, and if you want a real rivalry, try Alabama versus Auburn or Auburn. Okay, so there's no L. Gotcha. Uh, at the TIAA Bank Field on Saturday or in Athens, the specialty grocery store is here to help you prepare it. Bogart is located 14 miles west of Athens, the home of the University of Georgia. Quote, "Hey, Bulldog fans and Gator haters, get ready for the ultimate feast for the Florida Georgia games. Reserve your whole gator today or grab some gator meat," Striplings wrote on social media earlier this month. That's right, folks. While the Gators may be fierce on the field, they're no match for our taste buds, so why not celebrate our inevitable victory by sinking your teeth into some delicious gator meat? Striplings also issued a hilarious but very, very serious disclaimer on their site. Quote, "Just remember this delicacy is strictly reserved for the true dog fans who bleed red and black." Okay. Quote, "Everyone jokes around and says it tastes like chicken," a store employee said in a video on social media. It actually does. A little gamey chicken, a good piece of meat if you grill or smoke it. Well, there you go. Stippling recommends grilling or cooking these gators low and slow. That means on a low temperature of 6 to 8 hours at 225 degrees. I have a smoker. Well, there you go. I have a brisket in the freezer. I don't have a gator in the freezer. Guess we gotta get a gator. Always smoke it. For so many things in life, that seems to be the case. Cheech and Chong approve. Hey, Sal. Okay. So, in an update to the story that stop biting, you vicious ding dong. Come on, you got a treat. Now go play with your treat. And you have Manky Monkey. Come on. Nashville police chief's son wanted in the shooting of two officers found dead after a car chase. So this is an update for that story that he was on a manhunt and we couldn't find him, but we have found him. Although found dead always sounds odd to me. Like woke up dead. Oh, on an Alabama birth certificate, there are check marks for Alabama and Auburn. Your side is picked at birth. Ah, yes. That's we just he misses the part where he has to let it go. That's the part that he doesn't quite get yet. The estranged son of Nashville police chief who was wanted in the shooting of the two police officers was found dead of a self-inflicted. Okay, so he self-deleted after leading a police chase on in a stolen car, authorities said. Nashville Police Chief John Drake issued a statement on Wednesday thanking the officers for working to locate his son after John Drake Jr., 38, was accused of shooting and wounding two officers in nearby Laverne on Saturday. "It was my prayer that no harm would come to him or anyone else," the elder Drake said. "I am heartbroken and saddened by the outcome. I appreciate the condolences and kind words of support as my family and I privately mourn our loss." Metro Nashville Police spokesperson Don Aaron said in a news conference on Tuesday night that the younger Drake had stolen a car at gunpoint from a home southeast of downtown around 6 p.m. Drake asked the man and woman in the home for a ride, and they were unable or unwilling to give it to him. Yeah, because usually, when a rando guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, I would like a ride," I usually don't say, "You know what? I am willing to give you a ride." I say, "No, I don't know you." Oh, my shirt says, "I'm chill as hell, but watch how you talk to me." Nandor's man bun. Oh, would you sir, I am trying to do serious newsy news. Well, allegedly, in theory. The officer spotted so he pulled out a gun and demanded the car in the driveway, Aaron said. Officer spotted the car a short time later and followed it to Edge Hill area south of downtown where it crashed. Drake fled to a shed behind a home, and when officers surrounded the area, a gunshot was heard, Aaron said. Officers found Drake dead with a gunshot wound that was apparently self-inflicted. So he was wanted on 2 counts of first-degree murder. I do feel sorry for the father. I know. Thank you. I love my stupid I call them my dumb t-shirts, but I love them. I've got a bunch of them. The company I get them from is Hippie Runner. They're good quality, and they I got this from a grab bag. They have them once or twice a season. They'll just have a grab bag of, like, 3 for 30, and I always just get the baseball tops a little too big, and they're comfy, and you have to let go, you ding dong. So I feel sorry for the father. I know that his son didn't turn out the way he wanted to, but there's always that hope that there may be a change. And when the, your child passes on, regardless of how they acted in life, there's always that sadness that, there's never going to be that possibility for that change. So I do feel sorry for that. And good morning, Christine. Uh, in stories that make me go back to holy shit arachnophobia and reasons I wouldn't sit on a toilet without carefully and inspecting it for years. Another reason to look at your toilet before you sit down if you live in Florida. Iguana slithers through pipes in Florida into a man's toilet. Florida man found an iguana in the bowl of his toilet and documented the experience on video. Gary Greenspan of Hollywood recorded video when he found the invasive lizard lurking in his commode. I love that's my so I know it's not considered a Halloween movie, but Arachnophobia was the scariest movie to me when I was a kid because of that freaking toilet scene. I don't know if I was the only kid that had to carefully inspect the toilet every time she went after that because I was 7 years old at ish at the time, and I was probably shouldn't have been watching Arachnophobia, but, my mom said not to watch it, so I had to. So of course, I had to watch it, which meant, it was unlikely that so then for weeks, I had to carefully and I've seen Eight-Legged Freaks, and Eight-Legged Freaks doesn't bother me as much as Arachnophobia, because Arachnophobia was like I was like, "Oh my god, one of those bananas is gonna come over here, I just know it." Well, I didn't say effing because I was 7, but I just knew that some irresponsible person was gonna gas some sort of, fake bird or something, and it was all gonna come over here. There's nothing like getting up in the morning and finding an iguana in your toilet, Greenspan said in the video. It's alive. His narration says he summoned a trapper to remove the iguana. I don't know if it was just looking for a spa day or what, but it was huge. Greenspan said once they remove it, I'll be a happy camper. Hopefully, so will the iguana. Greenspan said the iguana vanished back down the toilet drain before the trapper arrived, hopefully returning to the sewer system instead of waiting to make a second appearance. No, I would never use that bathroom again. Also, does he have a substance rug, a leaf rug, if you will, a 420 rug, if you will? 'Cause that just makes this so much more hilarious. "You do not bite, sir." Oh, lord. He has a leaf rug too. He has a Cheech and Chong rug and an iguana in his toilet. The world makes sense. In, future lawyer status, I don't know whether to be impressed or saddened by this or somewhere in between, but a 12-year-old who emailed Kablawi threats to Maryland school, new state law would prevent charges. A 12-year-old responsible for emailing 7 Kablawi threats to Maryland schools this month, new state law would prevent authorities from bringing charges, police announced Wednesday. In Maryland, children younger than 13 can be charged only with offenses that constitute, quote, a crime of violence, County Police Chief Marcus Jones said in a statement. Police spokesperson confirmed the child knew no charges would be brought before speaking to the detective. Detectives spoke with a suspect who admitted to emailing the threats to Montgomery Blair High School on October 13th, 16th, and 17th, as well as Monday and Tuesday, Jones said. The suspect also admitted to being behind several separate email Kablawi threats to Oakville Elementary School and Silver Spring International Middle School on October 15th. The suspect was identified, Jones said, with assistance from IT staff from the Montgomery County Public Schools. Oh, I love that movie. Cheesy 80s, early 90s movies were the best. Changed my mind. Uh, quote, it's disheartening to accept that the individual responsible for disrupting the educational process and instilling fear in our community was well aware of the legal limitations surrounding their age. I'm going to stop you right there, sir. As a person who has reported news of the Baltimore area schools, and I'm guessing that Maryland schools around the states aren't much better, um, in Baltimore, the average student who can actually read at grade level is 3%. I believe in the state is 11%. So the fact that this 12-year-old could read and comprehend the state laws is really, you should be commending them. I don't know. I you got you know, Baltimore spends, I wanna say $22,000 per student on education. I don't know how that pans out to the rest of Maryland, but the fact that this child could read and understand state law, you should at least take that as a positive for your education system. I mean, there you go. But yeah, kid, don't be a D-bag. Don't do that. You're wasting everyone's time, and then the one time it's gonna be real, they're not gonna pay attention to it. So use your powers for good. Make memes on the internet. Funny ones. Uh, in other Massachusetts news, because apparently Massachusetts is showing its behind hold today, inside Massachusetts family's elaborate scheme to defraud the lottery out of $2 million. Massachusetts father and his two sons use a covert network of convenience stores and tax shy scratch off winners to defraud the lottery of more than $2 million, officials said. Al Jafir of 63 of Watertown had tried to pass off his winning streak as luck, but the Lottery Commission launched an investigation into factually or statistically improbable results, according to the Boston Globe reporting on the saga Tuesday. He started the elaborate scheme around 2011 and claimed 136 lottery tickets worth $217,000, according to the newspaper. The following year, he won or he claimed 214 tickets for $367,000 payouts. And in 2013, the same year he roped his sons Yusuf and Muhammad into the plot, he nabbed 867 tickets worth almost $103 million, the outlet noted. Sir, don't make it obvious. It's almost like it's obvious. The trio cashed in using form of money laundering known as 10%ing, in which real lottery winners enlist middlemen in order to avoid coughing up heavy taxes on their winning. Instead of claiming the lucky tickets themselves, the winners have middlemen like the Jafirs claim the prize in exchange for a 10 to 25% cut of the earnings. The real winner is subsequently able to reap the cash benefits of their own win without the tax bill, and the 10 percenters typically avoid taxes by claiming gambling losses on their own filings, the outlet said. This is all math. Within a decades, uh, authorities told the Globe Al Jafir, a Lebanese immigrant who started a prepaid phone card business in the 90s, had easy access to convenience stores and their owners, and his sons were the most prolific 10 percenters in Massachusetts. Al Jafar confessed to the illicit scheme in the trial last year and said their network of convenience store allies would call them in if they had a winning ticket over $600, the outlet reported. Most of the time, Ali or one of his sons showed up and purchased the ticket for slightly less than the full price and never even learned the real winner's name, the outlet reported. The convenience store operators got their own kickback, typically between $50 and $100. And the Jafars marched right to the lottery office to claim the jackpot. Ali then claimed bogus gambling losses on his tax return, which allowed him to avoid paying taxes despite lottery earnings of around $10 million, the Boston Globe said. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, no. No spiders. Yeah, Eris, I know. Yeah, it's Mafafoof. It's I love Futurama. May it be canceled and then re-brought back every year, forever. May the actors never leave us. With the Lottery Commission's new director of compliance and security on their heels, the Jafars tried to cover their track by enlisting friends to cash the tickets at the lottery office in their place. But by that point, though, the IRS was already trying to sniff them out. Undercover IRS agents sold winning tickets to the convenience store clerk in Somerville, only for those tickets to end up in the hands of Yusuf Jafar stand ins, Ahmed uh, Shikharlard, and Nicholas Frankel, the Globe reported. So, needless to say, the government gets mad when you don't pay your taxes. So don't try to screw the government out of taxes. That's how you get in trouble. What? Wait, 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 what? There is. Oh, also, correction. The doctor from the well, sort of. No, the way that they admitted that you have to pay taxes on your earnings. But the doctor from the video yesterday is named Dr. Chopra, not Dr. Gupta. I blame the Lyrica, but I also wasn't paying attention when he said his name because I thought I had it right. So it's still on me. So I have changed it in the description thing, and I will change. And I put a thing on the X thing, the X, and I just wanted to put it out there. Chilling details emerge about man accused of executing divorce judge. So this was the judge that was found murdered uh, after dealing with a fairly acrimonious divorce, and this was in the news earlier this week. Yeah, it's the scratch ones. Yeah, I don't know about the lottery number bally ones. I don't know if they still use, like, the popcorn ball thing anymore. I don't buy lottery tickets. I would get too discombobulated trying to look at all the shiny things in line, and then I feel bad with the line backing up, and I don't wanna be that person that makes the line stay forever, so and be that jerk. 'Cause there's always that jerk that wants to do his number and card things with, like, the line of 173 people, and yeah, I don't wanna do that. Okay. Pedro Agrote, that's how I'm saying it, I'm moving on MLS style. The Maryland man suspected of executing divorce judge hours after losing custody of his kids, controlled every aspect of his family's life, surveilling them with in-house cameras, beating them, according to testimony received by Associated Press. Agrote, 49, is still on the run after allegedly shooting Judge Andrew Wilkinson in his driveway on October 19th, just after Wilkinson characterized Agrote's treatment of his family as shocking. Agrote's ex-wife testified that he would stuff a towel into their baby's crying mouth and that he carried a weapon, a pew-pew, as he constantly surveilled him. His oldest daughter made similar claims, saying Agrote was, quote, "watching my every move through cameras." The women said Agrote was abusive, um, hurting them with whatever object he had close by. Before ruling Agrote was to have no contact with his family, Wilkinson called him abusive in multiple ways. Agrote, who fled after the alleged murder, remains at large. So, if you see this person, if you are anywhere near, Maryland, please be careful. Obviously, don't approach him. Call the police, let them know about it. In odd news, a man trapped in jewelry vault overnight is freed when the timer opens the chamber as scheduled. A man was trapped inside a steel reinforced concrete jewelry vault in New York City overnight after firefighters had to abandon an attempt to rescue him for safety reasons. Unfortunately, the vault was on a timer and opened on its or fortunately, the vault was on a timer and opened on its own Wednesday morning, the official said. The fire department was called to the Midtown Manhattan building on Tuesday evening after the man became trapped while trying to access his safety deposit box. Assistant Fire Chief John uh, Serico said the building at 580 Fifth Avenue is known as the World Diamond Tower and houses several jewelry businesses. Serico did not explain how the man became trapped. Fire and police department personnel were in communication with the man inside the vault and could watch him on a security camera. Serico said the fire department rescue units have tools that would be able to break through the vault's 30-inch, 76-centimeter steel reinforced concrete walls. The process was started to breach the wall at the vault, he said in a news conference at the scene. After about 10 hours, Serico said the firefighters breached the steel plating and decided to hold off it going any further, fearing the rescue attempts could harm the man inside. The problem with the plating is that we'd have to use our torches, he said, which would affect the environment for the person inside the vault. The doors opened as scheduled around 7 a.m., and the man was freed unharmed, said Serico. So, if we all knew that it was going to open at 7 o'clock, why were we all Twitter pated? I mean, I understand it's very uncomfortable. I am sure that he was not having a great time. I'm sure it was not the best day for him, but you've now destroyed a wall and I'm sure caused a lot of damage when we all knew it was going to open at 7 a.m. I I could be wrong. I'm not a doctorologist or a vaultologist, but I would have just said, "Sir, are you okay with staying until 7 AM? Are you having a medical condition?" And then if he'd said no, I would have said, "Okay, we're going to have someone here. We're gonna have a group of people here monitoring you." In other news of New York police telling people what to do, New York police tell people to remove car stickers. I'm sure people will take that to heed because people like being told what to do. If anything, I have learned from my children that people love being told what to do. They do not backtalk, they do not mumble under their breath, they do not have, eye roll moments. It is not, at any time, you know, an entire eye roll worthy mood. Police in the state of New York are warning drivers to remove any and all bumper stickers as well as other decals from their cars. While we have heard of people using stickers and magnets to obscure their license plate partially, something we don't recommend you do, but the issue at hand is something else entirely. People are reacting after Noonan Police Department shared a meme. Oh my god, no, not this. Oh, for the love of all that is Cheetos. Okay, so this is that scare porn stuff where it's like, "Oh, so now people know where you are and all of this." So, again, you are putting a lot of information about what you are into and what you're doing on your car, so be mindful of what you are putting on your car. Let's see. People are reacting after Noonan Police Department shared a meme on Facebook warning about the dangers of stickers on your vehicle. Maybe you've seen it before. We know we've seen other law enforcement agencies share it in the past, but this time is catching a lot of attention. The meme claims your bumper stickers and other decals give away too much information as you travel to around town. For example, putting stickers about your children's sports teams or other hobbies lets thieves know that you'll be away from your house. Stick to family decal stick family decals let stalkers know just how many people are in your family. Stickers about other hobbies or like power sports or hunting let people know you have expensive toys at your house. People also put stickers with their children's schools, their neighborhoods, the pets they may own, their professions. These all seem harmless, but law enforcement has been warning for some times about advertising so much personal uh, information about your life for all to see. Also included a meme in this meme is vanity plates since they're easier to remember and allow potential stalkers to spot your ride more easily. We add political or other controversial stickers, even sport teams can trigger people. We're personally not big on bedazzling vehicles with all kind of clutters, but it seems like a lot of people think police are overreacting about the dangers this presents. What do you think? I don't know. I think the police are right in a certain sense, but I think if you're gonna get robbed, you're gonna get robbed. Looking at all the criminal cases I've seen, the criminals are not, pinky if the criminals were on this let's get the whiteboard out. If we were going on the pinky versus the brain spectrum for criminality, most criminals seem to be more on the pinky end of the spectrum than the brain end of the spectrum, if you will. It's sort of a bell curve this way. It's not a bell curve. It's sort of concentrated on the pinky end of the curve, if you will. So While a brain criminal might look at all your decals and, ferret out all of these informational things, um, most crimes to be crimes of opportunity or crimes of passion or crimes of you're just in the wrong effing place at the wrong freaking time. So most criminals seem to be more on the pinky bent, spread of the, divide here. So really, I don't think, advertising all of your now, I do wanna get a decal that says my whole family rides the short bus. Mr. Mo does not approve. I'm sure it's not politically correct. I'm sure I would get all the anger, and he also says it would destroy the paint, and I'm lazy and don't take time to do it most of the time, or, you know, as we have learned from Cubert from Futurama, a flame decal to make it go faster. Also, I've been told no. But if they had Sailor Moon decals, would I put them on my car? I would be sorely tempted. Yes, I would. So, I have to say, meh. Again, criminals tend to go more on the pinky end of the spectrum than the brain spectrum, so it's not like I don't know. I don't see that being the giant thing. And in our final story, our spooky news for a spooky day, but apparently these are 7 celebrities that claim that they have had smexy time with ghosts. Now, it's up to you whether you believe them. If they've been on The View, their credibility goes way down for me, but, it is what it is. Things truly went bump in the night for these celebrity. 'Tis the season to revisit stars who claimed they've experienced spectrophilia or sexual attraction between ghosts and people. I did not know that was even a thing. I did not want to know that was even a thing, but now I've heard of it, and I will now look at Kindle and send things to Mr. Mo. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, a handful of celebrities swear they've been visited by a supernatural who wants to get a little get a little action, turn on that Marvin Gaye. Many famous people on this list claim to have had a pleasant sexual smexy time with ghostly encounters. Can we leave Casper alone? Leave Casper alone. One even calling it quote unquote sheer bliss. Jada Pinkett Smith, if you are on this list, I am sending you to Mars. Another famous woman claims she's done the deed with 2 spirits in her lifetime. Let's get on to this list. Okay, Kesha. Perhaps the most recent well-known celebrity ghost encounter comes from pop star Kesha, 36, or Keisha. Kesha? The TikTok singer claimed she went to the Bone Zone. This is her quote, "Went to Bone Zone with a ghost during a 2012 appearance on Conan." Quote, "I don't know his name, but he was in my house," she said. "He was in my house and he just started, like, caressing me," she continued, reenacting the gentle caresses on Brian or Conan O'Brien's arms. It was, quote, "a sexy time, but it wasn't like sex," she clarified. Again, these are her quotes, not mine, YouTube. Anna Nicole Smith. God bless this American treasure gone too soon. Anna Nicole Smith credited a ghost for the kinkiest smexy time she's ever had in an interviews with FHM magazine in July 2004. Quote, "A ghost would crawl up my leg and have smexy time with me at an apartment a long time ago in Texas," the Playboy model explained. Quote, "I used to think it was my boyfriend, and one day I woke up and it wasn't. It was like a spirit, and it was, whew," miming a ghost flying from her bed sheet. "It went up." She continued, quote, "I was freaked out about it, but then I was like, well, you know what? He never hurt me. He just gave me an amazing time, so I have no problem," end quote. The interviewer asked Smith if she was sure the encounter wasn't a dream or okay, what were there drugs involved? Possibly. It's Anna Nicole Smith. Uh, it was not a dream because it was happening every night, one night almost daylight, and it was happening when my boyfriend went to work. I'd woken up because, um, look, I told my boyfriend and he didn't believe me because, of course, men, she sighed. Yeah, I don't know why no one believed it. Her, Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown relieved his sexy supernatural escapade in his 2016 book, quote, "Every Little Step, My Story." Uh, I sensed a lot of evil s had gone down in that house while Thebes lived there. The My Prerogative singer wrote, "To this day, I believe that house was haunted. We would always often see white women walk down the hallway. One memorable night, one of the ghosts descended from the ceilings and had smexy time with me. After you stop laughing, I need you to hear what I'm saying because I'm not making this up. And let me add this. This was before I ever touched any drug besides weed and alcohol." Brown continued, quote, "In my bedroom, I had a big round bed with a mirrored ceiling. Of course you had a mirrored ceiling and a round bed. I always slept in the nude, and so one night I woke up with the sensation." Okay, so basically he woke up and he claims that he saw a woman doing her thing, and it was a ghost. All of a sudden, she was gone, leaving him lonely, incredibly excited and terrified all at the same time. And he claims he had not touched any drugs except for, herbage, the devil's lettuce, and some booze. Charlie's Charlie's Angels star Lucy Liu, 54, told Us Weekly in 1999 she was visited by a horny ghost while she was trying to take a nap. She claimed, quote, "Some sort of spirit came down from God knows where and made love to me. It was sheer bliss," she admitted. "I felt everything, then he floated away." Lucy further claimed that her former sexual partner now watches over her like a guardian angel. I give up. These people are too weird for words. Yeah, I have no idea. I can't even fold flat fitted sheets or I can't even fold fitted sheets for normal rectangle beds. How in the hell? Paranormal Activity 2, Natasha Basic, 53, claims she had not only one but two sexual encounters with ghosts that had her skeptical husband concerned she was cheating on him with Casper. "I was in a room at home by myself. Could these not be dreams, people?" Uh, Blasik Balsic described the first encounter on British TV show, quote, "This is Morning." In 2014, I was laying in bed. I felt something enter the room. I couldn't see anyone. I could feel that y'all are okay. So twice she felt something different. And then as a child, she always wanted to know if there was something more in this world. Coco Austin. That is a lot of boob. Reality star Coco Austin, 44, may have already been married to Ice-T for 11 years in 2012, but that's when she told Huffington Post that a ghost tried to get with her. "I believe in ghosts because I had a perverted ghost one time," Austin told the outlet. "It's true. During the day, when you think of ghosts, you think of it being dark and foggy and misty outside, but every time I saw or felt anything, it was in the daytime and there was no fog anywhere." Okay. I was watching TV, I was sitting on the couch at 11 AM wearing a nightie, and why are you wearing a nightie at 11 AM? I can't with these people. And I felt my dress moving up my leg. I looked down, I got freaked out, I pushed it down, I watched TV, I felt it move again. I could see it being pulled up, and I felt a guy breathing in my ear. "I haven't seen many because I think Ice not believing that scares them away," she concluded. Yes, all ghosts are scared of iced tea. It's a fact. It's in Poltergeist. It's in the Book of the Dead if you go look on Beetlejuice. It's how it is. The ghost followed me from Albuquerque to Arizona, but not to New York. Ghosts are also, like, scared of New York. Okay, I'll allow it. Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd or Ghostbusters Dan Aykroyd, 71, admitted to Esquire magazine in 2013 that he used to cuddle with a male ghost. I get okay. I've had several experiences with ghosts. I saw things moving around in our counter, doors opening and closing. Staff also had experienced direct contacts in terms of tactile touching, then turning around and no one's there. Someone crawled into bed with me once, and I just thought, I'm going to roll over and snuggle up next to it, Aykroyd continued. The interviewers asked, "Do you spooned a ghost?" The actor confirmed, "Yeah, maybe the guy was gay and he wanted to have some fun. I'd be surprised if I was his type, but when you're dead, you'll take what you can get." I I Alright, well, adult pretenders have always been weird, and that's why we go to them for how we're supposed to think on current events, and I am going to wait to report on the current, big happenings in the world. The I know you guys are probably wondering why I didn't do the thing in, uh, the big, shooting thing, but I wanted to wait until all the information came out so I can report it to you guys, you know, since we know basically there's gonna be all the hullabaloo. But anyways, those are the stories for you. Oh, oh, okay. Well, then never mind. But I am going to end this. I'm going to take Fry out for a walk, and then I will be joining Nicholas on his stream for the Charlie Adelson, uh, Dan Markel murder case. And it is so nice to have a jerk on trial, allegedly, an alleged jerk on trial. It is nice, and I will see you there. There will be no nightly newsy news tonight because I have a family or the boys have a function at their school, and I have to, iron their little fall-colored shirts, but it has been wonderful to see you guys today and give you guys some newsy news, and I hope to see you guys over on Nicholas's channel. I hope I have given you some fun news and some weird news, and just some news generally to get you away from, the kind of horrible news that's gonna be all over today. I take time to try to find news that, isn't the normal news that you guys will have to see everywhere else all over the place. That's kind of, well, soul killing. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Fry says nap time. I will see you in a little bit over on Nick's. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. If I don't see you again, please like and subscribe and do all the YouTubey things. And please like and subscribe to Sal and Excited Utterance. They have been so helpful to me in with graphics and just that promoting me on Twitter or X or whatever it is and other things. And they deserve to be monetized too. So if you could do that, that would be lovely. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.